Hi and welcome back to Is What It Is. I'm Rachel.
I'm Holly.
And I'm Evie.
We are so excited to be coming to you guys with our last episode. So episode 8 in season 1. It feels so surreal that we've got here. Like, we started this off just as a bit of crack between friends, and we can't believe how many people are listening in to us and are communicating with us. So girls, if somebody had told us that a month ago, would you believe them?
Absolutely not. It's just crazy. Like, see a full season of episodes, amazing.
Yeah,
so proud of us.
Yes. Bring on season 2.
And it's hard work, so yeah, pat yourself in the back.
Yeah. Well done, girls.
So we are going to talk today. We're just going to do something a little bit different, and we're going to just chit chat with you. We're going to talk about embarrassing moments. We're going to talk a little bit about ourselves. So yeah, we're just going to keep it casual for this last episode, and we're going to come back with a bang next season.
Yeah. Just going to have a bit of fun this episode.
Enjoy.
So earlier on in the week, we posted a question box. Now I don't think it would be right having our final episode without some sort of question box. And in the question box, we asked you guys if you would be happy enough to share some of your embarrassing stories. Now, thankfully, you guys were all up for it, but also we're a bit jealous because you get to be anonymous. We have to share our embarrassing stories and you get to know who they're from.
Oh God. So my mum was asking me, like, what one are you going to share? And I was like, I know I have so many.
See, I was trying to think, and I have this thing in my head. I just block things out sometimes if they're embarrassing.
Well.
And I'm like, nah, nothing embarrassing's happened to me. And then I'm like thinking, there's 110 million things that have definitely happened to me.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll see. We'll just go with it and see where we end up.
So we'll go with the listeners' stories first. Okay, so this one said, so me and my boyfriend were invited to a wedding in the summer a few years ago. It was a great day, the sun was shining and the Prosecco was flowing. I couldn't stop thinking about how good my man looked stood up, especially from behind. So I went up to the group of people he was chatting to, put my hand on his bum and give it a subtle yet firm squeeze. To my absolute horror, my 18-year-old cousin jumped up and shouted, "Steady on!" I was mortified. I had groped my own cousin and my boyfriend was in hysterics laughing right beside him. I had got the wrong ass and no one has let me live it down since.
Oh my God, no. So basically you're telling us you think your cousin's ass looks good? Oh my God.
I just want to know how you would mistake. If you think your man looks good from behind, how are you mistaking that his bum for someone else's?
I know exactly how my man looks from behind.
Unless all day she's looking at her boyfriend thinking, oh yeah, he looks good, and then a few drinks in, you think, oh, there he is, slap.
That is honestly hilarious. That's like a Bridget Jones moment, isn't it?
Yeah, that is true. Prosecco gets you so drunk as well, and on weddings you don't eat very much.
Exactly. And you don't eat till like 5 or 6 o'clock, and then you're starving, and the bubbly just goes.
I think that's a hilarious, embarrassing story. Imagine that happening.
Do you know what? It's very brave, even going up to a group of people, just like your boyfriend's bum in front of their family.
Girl, and I know what she's like. That is just her.
That's class. Well, good for you. Yeah. Do you know what? Wrong boy, but sure. The next one reads, a girl my boyfriend used to see barged into me and shoved me into my friend. So my friend lifted a full pint and soaked her. The girl thought it was me and still thinks it was me to this day.
Oh no, I'd be so embarrassed.
So she's seeing her current boyfriend.
So her current boyfriend, his ex-girlfriend, barged past her, knocked her into her friend, and the friend was like, no, I'm not having that, and threw a pint around the ex-girlfriend.
Let her think it was her.
I know. But then you don't want to be like, come across as though you're petty.
That ex-girl, you don't want to let her know
that she annoys you, do you?
I just think it's a bit strange that she barged into you. Like, that's so dramatic, isn't it?
Moved on. Get on with it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It shows more for that ex-girlfriend than it does on you.
Exactly.
It's
more embarrassing for her, definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, I wouldn't worry a thing about it. I think this person's actually seemed worried to put like little sad faces at the end. Do not stress about that at all. Like, she should not have barged into you, and good looking out for your friend. Okay, so the next one. Stood at a bar, a girl came to tell me that my bodycon dress was ripped right at the bum, right between the cheeks. Oh my god, for all to see. Had to walk backwards to the toilets. Luckily, my friend had a needle and thread and stitched it up. I front it.
No, I can't. That is like my worst nightmare. I really think it is. But who carries a needle and thread in their bag?
I know, fair play to your friend. She's prepared.
Great friends. But I have a story similar to this, and I actually feel this girl's pain.
This actually reminded me of the story you're about to tell.
Yes, I was going to say, have I said it on here before? I don't know if I have.
I don't think so.
But I was in Melbourne at the races, by some sort of luck, ended up in a VIP booth in Melbourne Cup race day. All the Australian bloggers were there. They all looked incredible. I like obviously tried my best, wore this white dress, you know, was trying to look nice.
You looked unreal that day.
Oh no, but girls, honestly, sat down on this bench with this white dress on, got up, carried on my day in this VIP booth. Couldn't understand why people were looking at me funny. Bear in mind I was with a big group of boys. Nobody mentioned anything. Came out, one of the girls that we were with came down and was like, Rich, you've got the biggest black stain on the back of your dress. And I was like, stop. And we were about to be going to this really nice bar after for some drinks, and I was like, well, I'm not going there. I was in the bathroom trying to scrub this dress. It was obviously too late, and I came back out and I was like, you know, to the boys, I was like, oh, I've got black in my dress, and they're like, oh, right enough, Rich, just so you do. Oh, that's pretty bad.
Boys.
I was like, I'm gonna have to sort this out. So literally by myself in this bathroom, I need to figure this out. So like, I had to make the dress shorter than what it was, because it's like bodycon, that material. I like folded it up on itself. It looked ripply. It actually looked totally fine, and I was like, how have I managed this?
You're so crafty though, Rachel, as well, aren't you? Like,
my nerves were shot. I really didn't want to go home either. I was like, this is such a once in a lifetime experience. This is class. And I honestly, and I'm kind of glad I probably didn't find out till later on in the day.
Yeah,
but
true.
My heart sunk when I found out. So I do feel for that girl. It depends what situation you're in. If you were at a wedding or something as well, that would be so horrible.
Yeah, and if you're bare bum, what if you decided like it was a tight dress, so you weren't going to wear any pants?
I know,
and your bare bum was out.
No, that's far worse actually. Let's be honest, we can't really compare.
Did you ever see that video that went round? It was Letitia, and she was on TV on Big Brother with Rylan or something, and Rylan was like, oh, you have to twerk, let's see you twerk. Do you remember seeing this?
Yes.
And she, live TV, turned around and started twerking. Her, like, what do you call those, PVC dress?
Yeah.
Just ripped.
Burst.
And her bum was out on live TV. That is a great video. If you have not watched that, you need to go and watch that.
My God. But you see things like that, I know they're embarrassing, and if it's happening to you, you're like, oh my God, this is horrific. And yes, okay, some people might take the piss, but I just think, like, do you know what? Things happen.
I know.
Like, things happen.
I just know for a cert. It's never happened to me, but I'm just waiting for it to happen. I just know it's going to happen sometime.
The next one reads, I was very drunk in Marbs and tried to get into the boot of someone else's car.
That reminds me of whenever I was a child, I used to get into cars.
I know.
A child, Holly. I've done it all the time, like at hurling matches and all. But even I remember going up to one guy and I had like a Bueno bar, and I was like, Daddy, will you please open this? And he was ignoring me, and I was like, Daddy. And then he looked down and it wasn't him, and he just took the Bueno bar and opened it for me.
Oh my God.
And I was like, thank you.
That's great.
I'm sweating about it, thinking I'm so embarrassed.
That is so
Little
funny.
girl.
It's funny how you remember that as well. Like, that's like,
Because it was traumatizing.
yeah, traumatizing memories. This girl has literally got into the boot of a car in a foreign country. I want to know what happened next. Like,
How did she get?
Did somebody even? Did they drive away? Like, I want to know more. What happened?
Even if you thought it was your car, why were you getting into the boot?
I know.
She's like, so drunk, just get me home.
I know. Well,
It's
you've
so
seen us
funny.
girls after Ocean Beach. I'm sure they'd understand why.
I was actually, oh my God, you know when you just go like through your memories in this lockdown, you just go through
Yeah.
photos and memories. I was going through my Snapchat memories, and Aveen, there is a picture.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Video of you in the middle of me and Rachel in the taxi, and you are so drunk, and you passed out in the middle of us, and you're just like legs spread, arms around both me and
Snoring.
Rachel snoring, sleeping and your head's on me and you're just out for the count.
But you get so cozy and like wherever you are, you could sleep anywhere, and I'm always like, how is she doing
I am
this?
a sleeper. Like if I've had a drink, I've slept in nightclubs and everything. Like I don't
I know.
drink, I don't be sick, I don't like do anything stupid. I just sleep.
Yeah, I know. She's literally Sleeping Beauty.
That is the best video, and I wish I could share it on your birthday, but I just can't.
No!
She's in a bikini. There's no way, but it's just the best video ever.
That sums the day up, actually, doesn't it? Really?
I know. That day was hilarious, actually.
I'm so looking forward to a holiday. We talk about it all the time on here. It's so funny because everybody's probably like, shush, girls. Like,
No, I think everyone's in the same wavelength as us. Everyone can't wait for a holiday. You know, it's a
definitely.
girls' holiday. A holiday with your boyfriend, everyone's feeling us.
Yeah.
I know, and like I know we all love our boyfriends and like they are great and all the rest of it, but how much are we dying for a girls' holiday?
I swear.
Because we've been with our partners this whole long time, so all we can think about is being with girls.
Exactly.
Girls' time.
Because I've never appreciated being around my friends as much as I have during this lockdown, because you are with your partner every day, like 24/7 at the minute.
I know.
Appreciating it so much
Oh
more.
yes.
We definitely will. Girls, we have heard the listeners' embarrassing stories. What are some of our embarrassing stories?
I think we've all got so many, but like what you say, Rachel, you know, you do block them. Like you probably have embarrassed so many, and then you're just like, nope,
Yeah.
not thinking about that
I
ever
know.
again.
Although I think I've so many from being a child, because I honestly I'm just a dopey person. So when I was a child, I was just like walking around into walls and stuff. But
You're just like a wee airy fairy,
like in my own bubble. Like my mum always said that. So I think because I had so many embarrassing stories that traumatized me growing up, I'm so careful.
Like
Yeah.
cautious.
Yeah.
And then the fact for the last year we've all just been sat in the house.
I know.
We don't actually have any.
And you don't get embarrassed
stories.
at home, do you?
No,
Literally.
fall up the stairs.
Yeah.
You know.
Just laughing to yourself.
I know.
I know. Well, there's the one that I thought of that happened this year. So last summer, when like everything was back opened up again, me and a few friends went to Liverpool, and we had a really good weekend. And we were in this bar, a rooftop bar actually, and we were all just, you know, having a bit of fun, laughing. And this waiter went by and he was like carrying like the pillows from like the bar, and I was like, oh, excuse me sir, you know, whenever you're ready, we'd like to order some cocktails please, just in your own time, you know. And because he looked quite busy. And then he like turned around to me, I'm gonna try and do a Liverpool accent here. He's like, all right love.
Was he in Scotland?
Liverpool.
Oh, there we are.
All right love.
All right.
Only if I want to.
Oh no, he wasn't actually a waiter.
No, he was like at the other table, and they were all laughing, like thinking that was hilarious. Just the way that I had said it, I was like, just whenever you're ready.
Oh no.
And no, didn't even work in the bar, and they never lived it down the whole weekend.
That is actually hilarious.
No,
He took it really well.
Yeah.
But that happens lots. Like I've never done it before, but I know so many people have done, like, you know, that embarrassing moment of being in like a shop and being like, excuse me, can you get me that size? And the person's like, I don't work here.
It happened to me. Someone thought I was a worker before.
Seriously?
I was like, finished work and I had my work dress on, and I went into Dunelm with my mum, and then this woman came up and goes, excuse me, like, do you have it? And I was like, I don't work here.
I kind of want to just be like, right, okay, I'll find it with you.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if they're older, you're just like, oh god, because it's embarrassing for them
I
as
know.
well.
I was like, I don't even know. I just no idea how to help you here. So
I know. Whenever I was thinking of my embarrassing story, I was like, I wonder what one I could pick. And then I thought of whenever even we were in Cambridge. So whenever I had just went to Cambridge and I had just met Callum, Evie had come over for freshers, like to be like, you know, to come out with me and all the rest of it. And I was like, oh, I've met this boy and all. And she was like, right, Rachel, like, this is what we do. Play it cool and all the rest of it. And I was like, yeah, totally.
like, let's get dressed up and we have to go out and act like we don't see him.
Like
and
fire, and like you're going out and God knows what we look like, but we honestly made each other feel like we looked like $1 million.
As you do, as girl.
Yeah.
It was just
Best
like so
friends.
good, and we went out and we were having such a good night. And I didn't know he was going to be in the nightclub as well, because all of his friends were out, but like I hadn't heard from him. And we were in this smoking area at the top of the stairs, and I just remember I could see him at the bottom, and I was like, Evie, Callum's down there, and Evie was like, right, Rachel, just go down there, just walk straight down there, and if you see him, if he catches his eye contact, just be like, hi. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, I can do that. Literally got down to this second step, slipped, went from the top of the stairs to the bottom, like just boom, 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 and got to the bottom and like crashed into him. Evie was at the top of the stairs like, oh no.
That was great.
Yeah. We'll go again. From the top. This time without your heels.
Also like a Bridget Jones moment. But here, look where you are at now.
Yeah,
It must have worked.
Your little Prince Charming catching you at the bottom of the stairs.
It's actually kind of romantic when you think about it.
In a roundabout Bridget Jones way.
Mine is definitely not romantic. My embarrassing story is actually pretty disgusting.
What is it?
So it's also, just when you were talking about being in Cambridge, this was actually a different time when we were in Cambridge, but every time we went out, nobody dresses up in Cambridge, do they?
Not really, no.
And like, me and Rachel were always in like eyelashes, big dresses, not like big dresses.
Big Bridgerton dresses, ballroom, wigs, accessories.
That's how you get a man.
Horses, carts.
No, well, and had big heels on and really small dresses on actually. And I borrowed a dress off Rachel, but it was like quite a heavy dress. It was like really long sleeved and like really thick material. And I did not realise how much we were going to be dancing. So this nightclub Rachel took me to, it was like all R&B music, and we were dancing like all night. It was so
sweaty, like a sweaty at the best of times.
I know, and just so jam-packed. Like, long gone are the days of a jam-packed nightclub.
I can't even, that nightclub's going to go out of business because there's no way they can social distance in that place.
I know, enjoyable. No. But anyway, we were dancing away, and then next thing, Rachel's housemate, he was really funny, but he was cheeky, and pointed out my back was absolutely soaking because I was sweating from dancing so much, and I knew I was warm, but I was like, oh my gosh, is that warm?
I feel like such a bad friend because I genuinely didn't. Well, one, I don't think I thought it was that bad, but two, I don't even think I noticed.
Oh my god, because you were in front of me.
I know, that's true. Looking into each other's eyes.
But you know, like whenever something like that happens, you're like, oh, it's not that bad. Surely it can't be that bad. Yeah. And then someone points it out to you.
I know. And then I was like, no, I'm going home, Rachel. So you were a good friend. We're like, yeah, like let's go home. And then on the way home, walking home, like a few people shouted things. I was like, oh my god, so horrible, I swear. But it was freezing outside, so it dried up pretty quickly.
Yeah. And you'll never see them again.
I know, exactly.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Just like looking back and being like, that's so.
I love looking back, like moments like that. They're just having a good laugh.
I know. At the time, you're mortified, but looking back, it's actually just funny, isn't it?
I know, it really is.
So as you all know, we have talked about ourselves individually. You guys have got to know us a little bit through asking us questions on our polls and so on. But this week we thought we would let you know how we all know each other as a group.
Where do we start? So I don't know who's known each other the longest. Is it you two or
used to?
No, it's us two.
Oh, is it?
This is funny because whenever you talked about you being a little girl, I was like, this is actually so funny because
the
first time me and Evie never met, we lived in the same site.
Yes.
And we had a mutual friend.
In the same
avenue.
I know.
Site, I know.
I say site.
I know what a site is.
When I told Aaron when we first met, like, oh, like my site's down here, he thought I lived in a caravan site.
I know,
So
site,
a Ballycastle thing.
Yeah.
Avenue.
Yeah.
But anyway, we lived in the same place and we had a mutual friend and we must have only been about 5, 6.
I don't think my mum would let me go down there at 5. Maybe about 7. No? When did you move though?
We moved, well, I was young. I would have been about 7 when I moved. We were about 5.
Oh, okay.
We were young. It wasn't that you were by yourself. You went, I think your mum dropped you to the friend's house, yeah, and then you came across, because the friend wasn't there, she was at my house. So Evie dawdles over, knocks on the door, and she's like, is Emer here? And my mum was like, yes, she is. And she's like, does she want to come out? And mum was like, do you want to come in with the rest of the girls? And Evie
Can I have my friend back, please?
Can you remember this?
No, I remember how like nervous I was going over to your house because Veronica was like, just call over, and I was like, by myself. And she was like, yeah, just go over. And I was like, okay. I remember how nervous I was, and you were out playing on your microphones.
Yeah, we had like a little show going on.
Yeah.
Band, Evie, here's your microphone. You can stand up front.
Of course, Rachel was the main coordinator.
Yes. The one that had organised it. And we were like, okay, Evan, you stand there. Yeah. First time she ever meets Evan.
With a triangle. God knows, but it was so funny. And then from there, like, we just kind of knew each other, and then we probably only started to get close when we went into secondary school.
Yeah, because you moved house
Yeah,
then.
so I moved house, and then we went into secondary school together, and we got close, and we were in quite a big group of friends, and I feel like we always just had like a wee connection. We were always best friends. So
Yeah, but then as we got older, I think me and you were like
yeah,
the closest out of the whole group.
definitely. So that's how we know each other, and God knows, like, you can't even keep, I don't even know how many years, or I haven't kept track of the amount of memories.
Let's not count.
And Holly, well, similar thing for me and Holly, because we met me and Ryan,
Your brother.
my brother, we're down our avenue, because that's where all the friends meet, down the avenues.
In your new house.
Yeah, in my new house where I had moved, and we went down the avenue and we were playing. It was snowing, and obviously, like, there was not many kids where we lived, so we were like, oh, there's kids there, and Holly and Patrick were playing in the snow, and the minute me and Ryan came round the corner, they like ran into the house.
So we had just like moved into this avenue, and we were just like, obviously whenever you're kids in the snow and you go outside to play, and we seen like this bunch of like this like group of kids like coming down, and we're like, oh my god, like let's go back inside. We just like I was a really shy little girl, and so we like went back inside, and then like literally like 5 minutes later the doorbell rings. My dad answers it, and it's Rachel, and she's like, hello, is your kids coming out to play with us? Doesn't have a clue.
It's like, they want to build a snowman.
Rachel does not know my dad, doesn't know the family, but seen like me and Patty, my brother, and like, do they not want to come out and play with us? And my dad was like, get your coats, go outside, go on play with them.
Some friends.
And then just from then,
Yep.
you just
Rachel
that was
made the
us.
first move.
It was so funny that we think back on it, but then like from there we were just, that was us.
Isn't it so funny when you're a child how you're not that scared to just knock on people's doors and just be like, are you coming out?
I know,
Yeah.
it's mad, isn't it?
Especially Rachel.
I know. Then we found out, Holly, that we're cousins as well. After our grannies were like, well, actually, yous are cousins. And we were like, oh my god, how Irish is that? Like, you know, grannies find out your second names and they're like, yous are cousins.
And then you tell everyone, we're cousins, we're family.
Yeah, we're family. It's legit. It's on paper, we've got blood. And how did you girls meet then?
Holly, oh my gosh. Because you were of it, so you're how many years? You're like 3 years older
I'm
than
3
me?
years older than you then.
So whenever Rachel was having like a party, and you got the pool,
Oh, yes.
and I remember you brought all your school friends up, and then you were like, Holly's coming, and I was like, okay, I didn't know who you were, and you came in and I was like, holy flip, this chick.
We had like the big side frames, like ridiculous eye makeup on,
And
orange.
you know when you meet
Whenever
someone
there's
older,
yeah.
Then after that, then it just kind of like going out and stuff. We like all have like our own groups of friends. Like we've probably got quite a few groups of friends, but I feel like all of our friends are friends. Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
like,
that's
you
true,
know,
actually.
like, I just, like, in general, if it's, like, a night out, I don't think anybody would be
all
scared
go
to
on.
be like, oh,
Yeah.
you's going out, can I come along, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You end up with just a big mishmash of everybody.
I love that though.
Yeah, no, it is special.
And the three of us have just always had like things in common, and you know, we just click.
Yeah.
That's how we know each other.
Yeah. But it is mad, like how, you know, well, I went to a different school to you two, and you know, we all got like completely different careers and whatnot, but yet we've always like stayed close. I think that's really nice.
It is
Yeah,
really
no, it
nice.
is.
And that we've lived in different countries and all.
Yeah.
And still managed to keep our friendship, which is really nice.
Yeah, no, it is. Okay, so we're going to answer some questions that'll maybe let you know a little bit about us. So, the first one is, are you positive people?
I think we are.
Yeah. Like, Holly, I would say you're the most positive.
Yeah.
I try to be positive. I think I used to be so much more positive than I am now, but I think like with recent circumstances we can all say that it's a little bit harder to be positive.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's just, and I think it's quite nice to like just if you're not feeling positive, just to like chill out and allow yourself to feel the feels. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
I remember we were talking about this other day, actually. We were saying like I was just having a bad day and I was like feeling sorry for myself, and I was like lying in bed, like proper like dramatic movie. I was like looking out the window, the rain was outside, whatever, and I was like, no, Holly, get up, go and clean the bathroom, go and clean the kitchen, go and do the dishes, do something. I was like forcing myself to go and do something instead of feeling sorry for myself. And you were like, no, like if I'm having a bad day, I'll just go and get an ice cream, I'll go and watch my favourite movie, I'll just like have a bad day. And I was like, yeah, I'm not like that, but I'm going to try that next time I have a bad day, just,
Yeah, I will say though that if you are having a bad day, forcing yourself to go do them things can be good as well, because after it then you feel like you've achieved something.
If somebody says, are you a positive person, what Tara said last week, she was like, I like to see the positives in every day, and that is just so true. Like I feel like that's like what I would try and do as well. Trying to see the positives in every day is the best thing you can possibly do. Or like literally write down a list of things that you're grateful for, and when you're not feeling positive, look back. We've said that before, look back and look at the positives, or look at things that you like to do, or look at like happy memories on your phone. That's why printing off photographs is so good, because you can look through them. So I'd say we are pretty positive.
Yeah, I would too.
Which one of you would be the most high maintenance?
I would say like I'm just like a normal amount. I'm not like with myself. Like for me, like I would like I look after myself. Like
define high maintenance.
Yeah.
So like high maintenance would be that you want the best, and like your partner probably and like family and stuff have to really keep up with that.
Okay.
No, then I
To be quite honest, I think like in terms of like being high maintenance, I think that all of us like maintain ourselves, so like we never look for anything from anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, high maintenance, what is that? Like if you want the like better things in life, okay, fair enough, but it's not like we just like we
demand it.
Yeah,
we don't ask
we'll
for
get it ourselves.
If you want that designer handbag, I'm like, right, okay, I'm gonna save up this amount and get it myself.
You wouldn't turn around to Max and be like, Max, I want a designer handbag and I want it tomorrow, and he'd be like, okay, Holly, here's the handbag. Like, you know what I mean? I just cannot imagine ever being like that.
Definitely.
I wouldn't want to be like that.
I know. And I just think at the end of the day, your partner's money is kind of like, if like my partner went and spent his money on a designer handbag for me, I'd be like, that could have went towards like, ice. Like
the thought is there, but the thought can also be there with like the little gestures that they do. Like the smaller things, I always think mean the most.
Yeah, I think so too. That's so true. Like I always say this to Lauren, like it's, if you went to Primark and bought me a pair of like new fluffy socks, I would be like, oh, that's so cute. Like I love that kind of thing.
Or even just like a wee random hug.
I know.
That sounds so silly, but
so
like
true. Yeah.
like, oh, I just needed that hug.
Or like them just turning around and just like randomly, like just anything that's just like
a wee
spontaneous.
forehead kiss.
Yes.
I love this romantic.
I am too. I am hopeless romantic. Who would be the best crack on a night out?
I think we all have like a wee tribute to like everything. Like
absolutely, I definitely agree, and we all kind of like have a different type of crack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Rachel, you're the one that like will probably like take the piss or be like sarcastic. Could be and be like, all right then, you know.
Just imagine Rachel, oh geez, here I come in and all like I don't know, you're just very
which is hilarious.
Yeah.
And then Aoibhín, I think you're just like that wee airy fairy just comes out of something.
Aoibhín's the one that will get us in a situation that we'll be like talking to somebody from some random country who's cousins with somebody's cousin, and like end up in a situation with you, and it'll be so much fun. Like
I'm like, Rachel, this is my cousin's brother's girlfriend.
Like, you know, it would just be like something really random,
but you'd be fine.
And then we would talk to these people and it'd just be great crack. That's what you definitely bring.
Holly, you're up dancing, getting tequila shots.
I know. Holly, you're the one that just bring, like, you're the dancing queen. Like
R&B music hits and I'm away.
That's you.
And the tequila shots, like, what is that about? Why do you love them so much?
I love tequila. I don't know what it is.
Well, you like tequila rose. Like, I honestly cannot stand shots. Any shots, I'm like, it's like taking a tablet. You know when you have to take tablets? I'm so bad at it. And when I have to take shots, I'm like that too, like hold my nose, like oh, I can't do this.
Tequila rose though is nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Tequila rose is actually
but it's
really
not
nice.
It's like really low percentage.
I know, it's not great.
But me and Aaron drank a full bottle of that.
And what, we're sober at the end?
No, but we weren't as drunk as we would have been if we drank a normal bottle of tequila.
I know. But I think it's just like salt, tequila, lime. Like I like the
regimented thing. That is so you. You talk about me being organised, but you're literally like, you are like, whenever we went to Marbella that time, we show up at the airport and it was just from there, me and Aoibhín just sit with our suitcases long behind Holly, and all of a sudden we were in this fun villa.
I know. I love control. Like even like if me and Max go on holiday, I just need to take control. I don't know what it is. That's really
I think
bad.
it's because like you're not even like, I just think it's because your dad is so like, you have an itinerary, you just know what's happening, so you're used to that, and if somebody's not going to give you that, you're just going to do it yourself. That comes to the maintenance part. You see, you don't expect anyone else, we just do it ourselves.
I think I'm like I love, like, if Aaron, I take control because Aaron's so laid back, I have to, but then whenever if someone wants to take control, like, I'm quite happy just being like, yeah, okay.
I don't know if I could.
I know, Holly, your hen party, you were literally like, it was killing you, like every part of it. She was like, have you texted everybody yet? And then she'd be like, don't tell anybody, but have you got it booked? Like, Rach, I know, like, I'm only going to talk to you, I'm only going to ask you, but at the time I was like, she is fishing here.
Oh, Holly.
Honestly. Would you like to have children?
Yeah, I think we all would.
Yeah. I think I'm the prettiest out of all of us, so
Holly used to be more pretty than what you actually are now, and I think it's because back then it would probably be like, oh, it's in the distance, whereas now it's probably a little bit closer.
Okay, yeah,
maybe that's
scarier
true.
now.
I mean, you probably are at the minute.
It's always pretty.
I know, I've always wanted a baby, but
you're just surrounded by baby, like little people.
Yeah,
I know. I am surrounded by little people.
Do you know what I mean?
I have my Netflix. I was like, my Netflix account has like 3 accounts, right? And by the way, I only had one, but these children have went on, and now I'm paying more for 3 people, and one's Shane Turlock, one's Dara, and one's Kalina, and I'm like, I don't even have children, and I can't have anything to myself.
I'm paying for all these children.
Honestly, it's so funny, but I am definitely British.
Yeah.
Love wee babies.
I think, like, I remember saying, like, oh, I'm going to have a baby at 20, I'm going to have a baby at 21, and then whenever you get to that age, you're like, actually, no, I'm not ready yet, and then now, I think because I'm married now as well, it's like, in the back of your head, like, oh, you need to have children now, but I'm like, no, like, I just love my life too much right now. I love babies, and I love kids, and I've got a beautiful little nephew, and he's amazing, but that'll do me for right now. Like, for a couple of years,
Yeah, I'm ready, but I'm like I do like my life now. Like,
yeah.
Whenever me and Aaron are sitting on a Sunday night, with a wee glass of wine or whatever, I'm like, you couldn't do this if you had children,
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
See, that's not even in my head. Like, I'm so far off the radar. I feel like I'm just not even, I don't even think about it. Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
I do know I want to have kids, definitely, but it's just not in the plan right now.
Yeah, you're so business orientated, Rachel, though, aren't you? Like,
I know, I think that is it. Like, I'm not where I want to be just yet, and I just
Yeah.
think, like, that's just not in the forefront of my
I think
mind.
that's all 3 of us. We're all quite career minded at the minute.
Yeah,
and that's
definitely.
probably Kim didn't have North until she was 33, so that's okay. We're 33.
Holly's like, we could have.
Yeah, that's our new goal, 33.
Whatever Kim does, I'll do.
Yeah.
So, what do we find most attractive in a man?
I definitely think they have to be funny. Like, that's just my thing. Like, not just my thing. It's my thing.
Everyone else has it.
I'm just different.
No.
I'm just different.
And then you're like, Callum Max aren't funny, so. No, but yeah, definitely just have to be funny. If you can make me laugh, even if obviously Aaron is very handsome, but even if he wasn't very handsome, I would think he's handsome when he makes me laugh so much. Yeah,
I agree with that. Like, humor is such a big thing.
Do you ever think like it's not just like one trait? It's just like their aura.
Yeah. It's the whole package.
Yeah.
And like nothing, like that feeling of like nothing puts you off them. Like,
Yeah.
Like the ex, I was reading through the ex, and then some of them I was like, Aaron's done that, Aaron's done that, Aaron's
And I
done
still
that.
love him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so true.
And even the ex then becomes someone that you're like, oh God.
I know.
Or like, oh, or like,
Bless them.
God love them.
Bless their wee soul.
You pee all over the toilet seat. Cute.
Hollis, what would be your...
So I didn't ever think I had a type, and then as the years have gone on, I definitely...
You've got a type.
No, I do have a type, and they're definitely tall, dark and handsome, like every other girl has that.
Mm-hmm.
But and my mum always said, like, oh, you've got to fancy that boy before you can, date them or go out with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always think that is a big thing, that you have to fancy them before you get to know them, and then that helps.
Yeah. Yes.
But I don't know what else. Obviously, I have to be funny. I have to, like, I'm not for a bad boy. I'm not
No,
like
me
that.
neither.
Me either.
I'm not
Hate
that
the
bad
chase.
boy. Nope. I just love Max to sound all like, but he's just so nice.
Yeah.
He's just so lovely. Like,
you just love when they love you,
Yeah.
like, and like make a big fuss out of you
Yeah.
and everything. And a lot of girls that would give the ick.
That isn't even like, that's not even making Mike sound bad. Like that
No,
is
it makes it sound
so
really
lovely.
sweet.
he's big and tough. That's what he wants me to say.
Do you ever see those TikToks and it's like the girls kind of like set up their phone whenever the boyfriend's not looking, and he's all over like, oh, would you like kissing him and all, and then they turn around and they're like, here, why did you video that? And then they're like, oh, big man about it. And they're so funny.
No, that is really sweet actually.
Yeah, but definitely it has to be the whole package. You have to be funny, you have to be caring and nice, and also you have to be good looking too. So girls, don't settle for anyone. The right man is out there. The one is out there.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
That's coming from our married gal.
Yeah, exactly. The wisdom one. Does that even make sense?
The one with all the wisdom.
Yeah.
So that is us. We have reached the end of our podcast.
Season 1.
Season 1 is complete.
Oh, we can't even celebrate.
Cling our drinks together.
I know, but you know,
Sin.
I know. And like the thing is, like, you know what's so special about it all as well is this has kept us together because we're talking every day,
Literally.
like about something.
Zoom calls.
So, Zoom calls, everything. So I'm just so happy that I got to do this with you as girls, and I'm also so happy that it's helped other people get through this lockdown. It's definitely helped us.
It has been so nice that you have like been reaching out to us and writing to us. Like,
Yeah.
we love the feedback and we love the chats and your stories that you have been bringing us.
And trusting us with your dilemmas
Yes.
as well. Like,
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
been amazing. Thank you so much for your support.
Definitely, it doesn't go unnoticed.
definitely.
And remember,
It is what it is.